What is up, everybody? It's your boy Rosko here. It's Monday night, so you know what that means. It's time for Between the Lines. Here we go. I am so pumped to be here. Um, I'm missing my little buddy, my man TM Nerdy. I am missing him. He's going to be away for a little bit, but he's not forgotten. Love you, bro. He's just taking a little break from YouTube, but his seat is always there. But I had to fill it in with someone, and you may know him. Phil, my man.
Hi.
Oh, I was giving you. How you doing, brother?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, man. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you filling in tonight. For Travis, again, Travis, we miss you, brother. We love you, man. Again, but have Phil here to fill in, to have Phil to fill in for Travis is awesome. But how you doing tonight, man? You good?
I'm doing well. Went to the dentist today, despite
Got
the
a new
evidence to
grill?
the contrary. Yes. Got a nice clean checkup. Had a nice hygienist.
Excellent. Well, Phil, thank you so much again. I truly appreciate you.
Ready for some art.
And yeah, I see that we have a couple people in the chat.
Yes, we do.
And yeah, I think again, I think people be starting to trickle in again. This is Monday night, and if you're here, you may have already saw the first two shows that were before us. You had Izzyverse at 6:30, and an hour later at 7:30, you went to S-Vaughn 82. I saw over there was K-Popper in the building over there, so I know that everyone's over there watching that. I'm not sure if if it ended yet or not, but but yeah, but go check them out. And then after us, you have a couple of awesome guys. You have 22 Comics. Go check him out, as well as Cup of Comics. Will, those two guys are awesome. So do yourself a favor, follow all those guys from the Monday night lineup. Truly appreciate you all. Again, if you're here, thank you so much. If you're watching on the rewind, thank you so much for taking the time out. Truly appreciate you. But I'm excited for our guest because the theme. I was trying to think of what to do with the theme, and so I'm glad I got down something. And but yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully, we get some at-home editions. And yes, that's the theme tonight. So, and if you are going to be drawing, please do me a favor, send it over to Phil_Treehouse. Oh, there it is, at Phil_Treehouse on Instagram. I know you usually send them over to TM Nerdy, but please send them over to Phil, and we will definitely display those tonight. I'm excited. But Phil, let's say hello to this wonderful chat.
Yes, let us do that. First of all, what episode would be complete if we weren't hearing from everybody's favorite StreamYard duck?
Quack, quack.
After that, we have the person who also we trade back and forth duties for the In Between the Lines merch store. It's Cindy. And I just wanted to say, I'm sorry, due to high demand, we have sold out of the antifungal Between the Line shower shoes. So we'll have to get in touch with the distributors for more of those in the future. Really happy to see Stepford Wolf Comics is here this evening. Hello, Stepford Wolf. And we've got Sugar Skulls. Hi, Sugar. Dun, 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 dun. All right. And all the way from Canada, it's Bleecker Street Comics. Hi, Bleecker.
What up, Bleak?
Phil McCracken. Also, a real big shout out. I tell you, man, I used to weigh like 20 pounds more than I weigh now because I have been working off the calories at Dr. Von Hoot School of Dance. I highly recommend people enroll. And I tell you, man, if you haven't seen his dance at the end of at least Brian LCS's Breakfast with Brian on Saturdays, is there anything anywhere else that plays that? Because that's a thing of beauty.
No, that was for the Comic Book Community Awards. So, but yeah, that was so great. I love my favorite part of that was when he's dancing and there's no music. I lost it. I was laughing so. Oh man,
because that's how we really filmed it, right? He just had
I believe so. Yeah, Dr. Von Hoot's the man. He's awesome. But,
next up, Trippy Trapster's in the house.
Tricky Tractor.
His
country version.
You can't do it either.
That's the country version. Is Tricky Tractor.
Well, hello, Tricky. And then Kenneth Bird. Welcome, sir. Welcome aboard.
Birdman.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy who just turned my idea for Cheetah Cam on its side, Real Rude 6 is here.
What up, Rude?
Cheetah Cam. Nocturnal Miss So. It is good to see you.
So. Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming by.
No episode would be complete without Miss So. Direct from Kansas City, it's Mr. Circumstances, aka Marcus. Welcome.
Hey.
And I suspect that's it. Although I know when that other show's over, we'll probably be getting an influx. So thanks all for joining us. The early birds get the worm.
Absolutely. Appreciate you all. And yeah, I mean, we can't do the show without a certain something.
Yeah, okay. A maestro, a 1 and a 2.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
That was the old video.
Was it?
Yeah.
Is the new one in the list? Is the new one in the list?
I just looked and I thought I put it on there, and I guess I did not. Sorry, everyone, but it's all right. Hey, an oldie but a goodie there. That's the OG original.
Flashback.
Wow. Okay. Hey, it's all good. It's still, hey, that's what's up.
If you
we'll probably be ding now because I altered it to that. But it's all good. I love it. Appreciate everyone. But we just want to let you know we have a guest tonight. I'm sorry. We get anyone else? No. So I want to say we got an awesome guest tonight. I was introduced to this community artist from Travis, TM Nerdy, and so I was like, oh man, and he goes, hey, we're gonna have him on the show. I said, awesome, I'm pumped. Come to find out, he's also a really good friend of a person that we've had on the show, Big B McFly. So and another great community artist. So tonight we have no other than Travis R. Vick from Comics Limited. What, brother?
Woohoo.
Hey, how are you all tonight?
Welcome aboard.
Good,
Thank
man. Appreciate being here. Thank you so much for taking the time out.
Absolutely.
I'm
actually really looking forward to this. My daughter, although my daughter, who really encouraged me to do this, has decided to be sans YouTube for Lent, because Lent is going on right now.
Right.
And so she wanted to be on the stream to watch with us, but she can't. So she's going to draw off to the side here, and I might send her drawing to you via Instagram for her. So
awesome. Or if you want, you can always show it too. Like if you want.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll just show it. That'll be fun.
Yeah. If you want, I mean, that's up to you. But yeah, no, that's awesome. That's excellent. I love that. That's great. Yeah. Well, again, you just mentioned it, but why don't you let everyone know the reason why you picked the topic?
Oh well, that's it. So my oldest daughter Ruby and I. So I've been drawing stuff since I was 10 years old, like most people that I've heard talk about stuff like this. But my daughter got right into drawing when she was younger, and she loves to draw. And in fact, both my daughters do. But my oldest really, she saw. We watched an episode of Between the Lines together, and she was like, "You've got to do that. You got to do that." I'm like, "Well, they got to ask me." So So it was like, and so it just kind of was fortuitous that TM Nerdy, Travis won my shout out piece of art for the shout out, and then he challenged me with a pretty big piece anyway, with being Animal Man and Stargirl, which are two characters I'd never drawn before. So that was a lot of fun. It was really interesting, and so my daughter was like, I'm like, what would she do? I was kind of like, well, maybe we should venomize a character, and she's like, no, you don't want to venomize a character. You do that all the time. You don't want to do that. I'm like, okay, then what do you think? And she's like, what about the bat slap? And I'm like, why the bat slap? She's like, well, then you could do any two characters, and you could have one of those two characters slapping the other character. And so she told me what she's going to do tonight. So I can't wait to see how that turns out. But I've been like thinking about it for a little over a week and what I'm going to do, and I still haven't quite grasp the two characters I'm going to grab, so it's kind of up in the air a little bit, just a little bit, not too much though. I think I got a good idea to start with, but yeah, it was because she suggested it, and I thought, you know what, why not? I like a challenge. I like to challenge myself, and I like to challenge other people. So, you know, that was kind of our whole point of doing the comic book shout out, was to challenge people to help each other build community, and so. Absolutely. That and so in that same sense, when Big D challenged me to do art for the thing, I was like, oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool, and so I thought, why not? Let's do a challenge. So the bat slap is what came up as my challenge. So for everyone,
very open ended.
That's awesome. Yeah, and you know it's funny. Travis, you said venomize a character, and we have not had that on our show. We're 100 episodes, or no, we're like at 80, like around 80 episodes. We still, what's up, Cup? What's up, Will? We still have not had venomize a character, and I'm like, just recently, I was like, man, I wonder if anyone's gonna pick that anytime. And then you just said it, and I'm like, oh man, I've been waiting because I've done quite a few venomized characters, but I haven't done one in a while. So I'm like, oh man, I haven't. But no, what's really cool is I wasn't sure what two people to pick for this theme, and then my dad, shout out Papa Rosko, he's here for a visit, and he goes, why don't you do this guy and this guy? And then I went, you know what? I've been waiting for an excuse or something to draw these two guys, and I'm like, you nailed it. So I'm like. And so far, it's coming out pretty cool. So I'm pretty excited. So
that'll be fun.
That's awesome.
I'm looking forward.
That's really cool. So I'm with a group of guys that I chat with on IG, kind of all day long, off and on. And I posted up there like, hey, so what do you guys think? And one guy jokingly said, perhaps you should have Dazzler slap Taylor Swift.
Oh, there you go.
That may happen. But I was laying while you guys were doing your opening, I was laying out my just kind of my frame of the drawing of the two characters, so I could get that on there. So yeah, so I'm thinking I'm ready to kind of get going that way. So that's pretty cool there. But so I actually thought also it might be funny is to have Crypto slapping Superboy. Would be another one that I was thinking of too. So I don't want to give too many away because if others are drawing stuff, I don't want to impede on. Oh no, that's what I was gonna do. I don't want to step all over that.
You know what's crazy about that, bro, is that I did a piece. It was Tim Burton night, and what I did was, and this is so freaking bizarre, but I did Edward Scissorhands giving Beetlejuice a haircut, but the thing is, instead of it cut his head off, and wouldn't you know, Comic Journey drew the same exact thing, giving a haircut. Edward Scissorhands giving a haircut to freaking Beetlejuice, and I went, get out of here! I like that. I thought that was pretty cool. So
that's awesome.
You just really never know. You know what I mean? You just never know.
Yeah, totally. There have been times where I was drawing something and Brian drew a similar drawing at the same time. And we go. Big B and I go back really far. I mean, we became friends in junior high, so we've been drawing together since then. And then during high school, we were in the same high school, so we used to leave drawings for each other to work on for each other when we were in between our classes, because he was an upperclassman and I was a lowerclassman, and so when I was in some of my art classes I was in, he would draw things, and I would leave drawings for him to ink or add something more to it. Like, and there was one time he left a Cyclops, from the X-Men, Cyclops, really cool drawing, and he left it on the table for me to ink. And what I did is I I completely blacked out the background and made like master mold in the background, the Sentinel master mold, kind of coming down to shoot the Cyclops, and Cyclops' optic blast that he was shooting off into nowhere then was shooting into master mold. So kind of reminding me of that cover 14 of X Factor from when I was one of the first comic books I ever bought. So
nice. Very cool. Well, Travis, usually me and my co-host ask you a question before we go on to the chat's questions, which again, everyone, please ask yourself a question, or to ask a question in chat, put a Q in front of it. We know that it's a question. Appreciate you all. Thank you, everyone, chilling with us tonight. But what's up, Chris? I just saw Chris jump in too. What up, brother? So my question to you, Phil, you have a question lined up. Bro. I know you always got a question.
Oh, sure.
My question to you, brother, and I ask it to everyone: what is a food that you hate, or a food that you really just dislike?
Tofu.
Ooh.
Okay, that may be the first time I think we may have tofu on here too. That's pretty funny. Okay, and I believe it.
I've never had tofu, but I always hear it's tasteless. So how do you know you don't like it?
I don't like it. I mean, the only place that I've ever had it that was tolerable was in hot and sour soup.
Oh, well.
But otherwise, I don't like it.
Gotcha.
Is it a texture thing?
It's kind of a texture thing, and it's it's just bland. I'd rather have rice. I'd rather have anything else. I would rather have anything else in the world. You know what? People don't like sardines. I would rather have sardines than have tofu.
Do you eat anchovies?
Or anchovies.
Okay.
Oh gosh, no thanks. I don't know. Tofu though, is it like spongy?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's weird.
But
that's weird.
Not spongy like a cake. It's spongy like a plant. I don't know how to like
spongy like the thing I wash my dishes with.
It just gives away.
Yeah, more like that. That kind of consistency.
Oh gosh, no way. Yeah, I don't even know if I don't think I've ever really had tofu, but like Phil said, you just hear horror stories and you just go, I don't need to. I don't need to have that.
Tofu is like something the astronauts would eat. I don't know. Since we're on the subject of food, I'll ask my question that I usually ask every show. Pineapples on pizza, yes or no?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And then we've got another food question right now that just popped up from the comic vet. McDonald's or Burger King?
Burger King.
Favorite item?
I'm just going to go with the simple Big Mac.
Except that's McDonald's.
Not Big Mac. I mean, BK, the Big King.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard McDonald's and BK, and I'm like, I don't. But McDonald's, the only thing I'll ever really eat there is the McDLT was the only thing I really liked there.
It's funny. You feel like, well, Burger King have it your way. Well, I want a Big Mac.
Yeah, I'm at a Whopper, a BK, a Big King. That's what I like.
No,
it's
have it your way,
right? They have that. They have it's a internal fire grill and it rolls through and it gets that smoky flavor to it. And that's just, I like it better than grilled burgers.
Shout out to Cliff, just joined us.
Cliffy.
Welcome
All
aboard.
right. What is we got our first I saw one of our first questions up there.
In the favorites queue?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one comes in from Cindy.
Oh,
Bob's
here we go.
Burgers, The Simpsons, or Family Guy?
Ooh. Well, I don't know Family Guy very well, so I'd have to probably say The Simpsons. But
Okay.
I do like Seth MacFarlane a lot, so probably would like Family Guy, but I've never really watched it.
I'm a big Bob's Burgers guy.
Mm.
Yes.
XL bacon double cheeseburgers, great ham. Hey, yes.
I only played the Bob
Great
Burger
any kind of
pinball
cure.
game.
It's a great munchie cure. No.
Much, yes. We have Rude coming in with a favorite question of his, slightly altered, I think. What superhero's death would you like to draw?
Ooh, that's cool.
What superhero's death would I like to draw? I think I'd like. I would like to draw. Perhaps the death of Lobo. He's not really a superhero per se, but he's really powerful, and I just like the idea of what it would take to just wipe him off the face of the galaxy or the universe, because that seems like it would be intense and massive.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
I would say Wolverine, but I've seen the death of Wolverine, so
Yeah, I would. I'm trying to think of who I would want to draw the death of. I don't know. That's a tough one. Who do I want to draw the death of? I'll take.
Rude approves, yes.
You better no. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I just think the epic. If you want to draw something, you want to draw something epic, and it would have to be, So if I were to really put it down, it would probably be Lobo. It could be Thanos. It could be,
Galactus.
not, the big bad in DC.
Darkseid.
Darkseid. Yeah, I keep saying Apocalypse, but it's really that's his planet, and so I was thinking, Darkseid. Apocalypse would be a great one to draw too, because he's super powerful.
That's I think I'd go with. Yep, I think I'm going to take Apocalypse. Would be a dope one to do. I like that.
I agree.
I can just imagine, as because he's got an ability to kind of stretch himself as well as energy and all that stuff. Just really, what would happen to him? It's like I was a little disappointed in the Reed Richards death in with the reality bending in Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness. I liked it, but it just seemed a little too convenient for me. Like him into ribbons. It's like, well, how far can he stretch himself that he could probably do that because he's pretty powerful.
Yeah, you would think, right?
Yeah, that he'd probably be able to recombine himself in that situation, depending on if they destroyed the brain. But then he can also push his brain into anywhere in his body and stretch it really thin. I mean, we saw that with Maker, right? The Maker from the Ultimate Universe. He stretches his brain so that he can figure out other things.
More.
So we know that Reed does that as well. He did that in the 4 series, not Fantastic Four, but the series that just had the 4 on it on the cover.
Okay.
90s, I think he did that. That's kind of where they kind of took that idea from that for Ultimate Fantastic Four. So.
Gotcha.
How do you feel about the casting?
Well,
The sore subject. Phil, apparently.
I guess so. Trigger.
I like everybody but Reed.
Oh.
I think Reed shouldn't. I think you need someone kind of dorkier and taller.
I wanted
I don't know.
Krasinski.
As much as I love,
Yeah.
see, I wish it was John Krasinski, but I mean, as much as I love Pedro Pascal, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I
I
don't.
mean, he looks way too much like the actor from the 80s, 70s, and 80s. Bull Run. Can't think of his name. Racing in the Trans Am. Burt Reynolds.
Oh, Smokey the Bandit.
I think he looks like Burt Reynolds' kid, and I'm just like, it's just a little
interesting.
too much.
You're right. You know,
can see
he
that.
kind of does look a little.
Yeah.
Especially with his mustache, man. He is just like
Yes.
he's just a little
I
too
never
Burt
thought of
Reynolds for
that.
me, and that's what takes me out. I think he'll probably be just fine, and he's probably. I mean, he is a great actor. I really appreciate the work he's done.
I
but-
never thought of that. That's hilarious, bro. Holy
yeah,
shit.
that's it. All I can see when I look at him is that he's Burt Reynolds.
Gosh, you're right. Oh god, now I'll never unsee it. Thanks, Travis. Oh god, Burt Reynolds, the Mandalorian.
Burt Reynolds, the Mandalorian. Hey, there we go.
Oh gosh, jeez. I think I know what I know I'm going to be drawing next. Burt Reynolds as the Mandalorian. Oh gosh.
So let's see. I've got a question about your favorite medium.
My favorite what?
Your favorite medium. What do you prefer to work with? Or with your
Well,
Oh yeah, you were telling me
so
stage.
favorite. I have to pick one.
Wait, if money were no well, I don't know if you want to. Here's another question I ask. I'll let you combine it. If you had $300 and you could go to your favorite supply store, what would you buy?
I'd buy Copic pens. I mean, they're super expensive, and that's the one thing I don't have. I mean, I have access to some, but I don't have any. I don't have any in my own set. So that, and I'd probably buy a good set of waterproof inks. I mean, these are nice. These ones that I bought here, they're pretty nice. But they're so small. But they do go a long way. I mean,
can you show them again, brother?
Yeah.
I'll find one that has a little bit better label on it. Oh, the red looks better. Yeah. There we
go. Look at that.
And they're like, it's a small amount, right? I mean, it's like my white's almost gone, but it's like
so you don't need
really
much.
small amount.
But you don't need much.
No, you don't.
It goes a long way.
It's a long way. I mean, I'm not kidding. I covered a whole page with using one of these brushes right here. This which is a 4100B majestic brush, and just standard hair, and use that. And so the lids on these are too small to put a brush in, so I bought these glass jars, and I just dump a little bit of ink in the glass jar, and then I work with it as quickly as possible. Or I'll use a watercolor tray. So, and they clean up really good, really easy, really good stuff. So if you are taking care of your brushes, though, PSA, this is the least expensive brush cleaner stuff that you can buy, and it works on all kinds of mediums for cleaning your brushes. It is so good. And I mean, it's like a little hard chunk of soap in there. You can see I've been digging it out there. And I mean, funny thing is, all I use the end of an orange peeler to dig it out. I put a little bit in my hand, and then I take a little bit of water, get a little bit of water on the brush, and then I just start cleaning the brush on my hand, and then I rinse it out once the soap is all gone and just into suds. and it works. It works flawless every time. My brushes are clean, and it keeps them fresh and shiny and oiled and everything. So
You hear that, everyone?
so
Make sure you keep your brushes. Make sure you keep your brushes clean and
absolutely.
tight.
The other thing is they talk about binders after you do clean them, and honestly the best binder that everyone talks about online is simply just sticking it in your mouth and putting it in your mouth and pulling it out and just letting it dry with your.
I've never heard that word. What is a binder?
So what a binder does is it keeps your shape of your brush after you've cleaned it,
So it doesn't spritz all out.
so it doesn't spray out, right? And so now the soap helps restore the brush bristles, and then after you've rinsed it and you got it clean, you just go like, and that's it. Bind it, done.
Wow.
Wow.
The more
And then
you know.
when you're ready to use it, you just dab a little water on it, and then you just break it on your. I have a paper towel right here, so when you're going to use it. So, yeah,
The more you know.
There's your PSA. Okay, so I guess my favorite medium, the one I've used the most is always going to be is pencil, and then I really like ink. I'm in love with using ink, like colored inks and stuff like that.
On
Trying to
tablets?
understand on paper so just on Bristol. I like Bristol is the best board for doing any kind of multimedia, because I mean, there are other things for like charcoal and stuff like that, but Bristol it's the thick enough paper that it can handle, ink and water and that
So
type
do
of
you know
stuff.
then, are the like the big, I want to say the huge original comic size pages, the blue line pages, are those Bristol then as well?
They are Bristol, yes.
Okay.
But be careful. There are two kinds out there, and the thinner ones are not are the cheaper ones are thin Bristol, and they don't hold up well.
Okay.
I ran across some that I had a box of blue line paper because, and that's actually what I did TM Nerdy's drawing on the for the drawing I did for him. It was on a full size blue line because it just it was the right size for what we were doing, and so it what I did the next one was for Colossus was or I did the Iron Man next, and then I did for he's on after us, and then and I can't think of his name. My brain.
CJ?
No.
Cup of
He's on
Comics?
tonight. Yeah, 22. So 22, okay. I did an Iron Man for 22, and then for Colossus Collector, I did a Colossus for him, and the second attempt on that one. By the way, that one took 3-4 attempts. If you ever watched any of my videos, I did a video showing all the different attempts and kind of talking about my process. So if you want to check that out, it's on my channel. But the process was
his link is down below in this description. So do yourself a favor, go follow it.
And I do all kinds of stuff. I'm trying to do more art. I started off just showing comics I was buying because that's what we all kind of started off doing about a year ago. So and so I still kind of do a little bit of that. But I'm trying to do a little more art on my channel. Drawings I'm doing for people, drawings I'm just doing, things like that, and maybe even going to try to do some more live stuff. I've been doing a couple live drawing sessions here and there.
Awesome.
But that particular drawing took a long time, and the second attempt was on a thinner piece of paper, and I ruined it because I didn't realize it was on the thinner piece of paper. It was in a stack of Bristol that was thick. And then it was just this one thin sheet of Bristol, and when I put the ink on, it shriveled, and it was like, oh, that's wrong. I can't do that. And so, sorry, the dog's barking in the background. If you can hear
it's all good.
Got some questions from the audience. First up comes one from Stepford Wolf Comics. Your biggest art inspiration or influences?
Ooh, okay. So I would say my biggest influence, so I'm a '90s kid. So when I was a '90s artist, I would say Willis Portacio, Jim Lee. Then I'd go a little bit further back. Michael Golden, especially his Nam era stuff. Mark Texiera, and John Byrne, of course.
Yes.
From the Claremont era, as well as later on when he was doing the Wolverine stuff. I mean, when he was doing the Wolverine stuff, the inking and the detail they did on his work there was really solid, and it was really impressive. I'd say modern artists that I'm really gelling with right now. Oh, of course, I can't forget my man Barry Windsor Smith. I mean, that guy is
Oh, yeah.
that guy. I love everything he does. There isn't a thing that he hasn't done that I haven't loved. And then, but then, if I'm really, of course, the Neil Adams side of it. But the Neil Adams kind of influenced all the artists that I talked about that were afterwards. Like Willis Portacio,
Yeah.
Jim Lee, Mark Silvestri. You even got then, of course, there's Arthur Adams. But modern artists, like I was going to say, Carrie Andrews is like, I'm a huge Carrie Andrews fan. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I comment on Carrie Andrews' drawings every time he puts stuff up. Just because I love it. He's homaging the 90s in a way that is just phenomenal. And if you look back just about a year prior to this, or about a little bit over a year, he was doing some brilliant painted covers for DC that looked totally nothing like what he's been doing on for Marvel. And so it's pretty awesome. And then another modern artist is Chris Bacalo. I love his stuff. So those are the influences that influence me. I just like good art.
Speaking of influences, you can kind of tell this is a popular topic around here because Munch just wanted to know about your pineapple on pizza.
Right?
Yes, we asked this a little earlier, Munch, and it was a thumbs up.
Yes.
Let's see. Coming up next, Cindy Roskowski's got a question. Your favorite cartoon growing up?
It'd be Bugs Bunny. And it's not going to be the Fritz Freeling era. It's going to be the I can see his name in my head right now, Chuck Jones. And I know that sounds funny, but those are the cartoons that influenced me the most. I love me some really solid Chuck Jones drawn Bugs Bunny cartoons. Just Mel Blanc. And his voice, all that stuff, just they nailed it. It was they were cartoons to live for.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm a '90s, so I like a lot of. I'm a big Nickelodeon, guy. I love all those. But yeah, I'm a big cartoon nut. I like so much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you wanted to go through my history of cartoons, then I also had Battlestar Galactica that I ran into when I went to visit my aunt in Walla Walla on their UHF station. They had not Battlestar Galactica, but Star Blazers.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
And they had Star Blazers on their UHF channel at 5:00 in the morning on the weekdays. And so I watched Star Blazers while we'd go out there and spend a couple weeks visiting family, and that'd be what my pastime was there. And then of course I ran into Robotech, and that that influenced everything that I ever thought about any other cartoon. It was like, well, does it stand up to that intro to Robotech that was so beyond what the cartoon itself was? Because the animation, the difference between a 60 frame a second animation and a 30 frame a second animation is completely, you can see the difference. And with their
Yes,
that
Scotty.
animation they did for the introduction is more like the movie that they did for
Keep up.
Macross movie, compared to the Robotech television series, which was your standard animation. So, but yeah, I mean, Transformers had to stand up against that. G.I. Joe had to stand up against that.
Yep.
Anything else that I ever saw after I saw Robotech always
Set the bar.
against that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until probably, I'm going to have to say, it wasn't until Batman, the animated series, came out that was there anything that really stood up against it. And honestly, my favorite Batman the animated series storyline was actually Batman Beyond.
Really?
Yeah, I loved Batman Beyond, man.
I'm a fan.
That was that intro, that beginning, that driving music that they did for that intro, and how they framed it up and how they show it. It was just so different than anything else that ever had come out, and I really loved it.
So when it comes to cartoons, can great animation save a crappy story, or vice versa?
Like in comic books, you mean?
Well, maybe.
I don't think either of those work. I mean,
That is okay. Fair
if
enough.
I were when I was younger, great art and animation was what I was looking for. Now that I'm older, I want a story that's consistent, right?
Yeah.
So if you're watching a cartoon on Cartoon Network where they show the same episode 7 times, as an adult, you're like, where's the next episode? Where's the next part of the story?
Right.
That was, if you remember, they always seem to fail the DC cartoons on Cartoon Network because everybody wants the story and they're trying to sell it to 5 to 12-year-olds, and that 5 to 12-year-old window is like, I can sell them the same episode 17 times before they're bored with it. They just forget that the parents are actually watching those cartoons with their kids, and they're like, we really have to watch that episode again. How many times do I have to watch the same Blue's Clues episode in one day?
Oh, geez, yeah, right.
Next up, we've got 2 questions from the founder of Dr. Von Hoot School of Dance. The first one is, favorite movie with ninja in the title?
Ooh.
Love that question.
Does it have to be a live action movie?
It could be any movie with a ninja in the title.
Any movie with a ninja in
Someone
the
say something like some kind of movie like that Dr. Von Hoot knew that none of us really knew. So say Dr. Von Hoot may know it. So
yeah, no, I have a title in my brain, but I can't remember. So there was an animated. There's a Japanese animated movie that has ninja in the title. That is probably one of my all-time favorite anime movies. And I am trying to.
I wonder if Dr. Von Hoot knows. He may be like, "Oh, are you talking about bump 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 bump?"
K-pop is saying Ninja Scroll.
What up, K-pop?
Ninja Scroll, yeah, that's it.
Oh,
there you go.
Von Hoot
Ninja
just came
Scroll.
in with that as well. Okay.
that is it, man. Ninja Scroll is the that's the one, man. Just the way they set that story together, and then the animation, of course, is amazing. So, and then the second question.
The second question from Dr. Von Hoot is, first concert, worst concert, best concert.
First concert.
By the way, this is our last question, so folks in the audience, you're slacking. Come on.
Yeah, give us some questions here.
First concert. So this might. So there was this concert called concert thing here in the Northwest called Jesus Northwest. My first ever concert was, we went to the festival, and it was this guy named Russ Taft. and one of his songs was actually in the movie with the Lost Boys movie. When they're out down at the pier and there's that guy with his shirt off, and he's got the kind of the dreads, and he's singing that one song. That song is a Russ Taff song. Was that and that wasn't that the worst concert. I went to a local club, and there was this band called Spank Spank Spank. That should just tell you right there. They were a metal band.
I just messed up on my thing. I laughed and I just did something. It's not bad, but I'm like, oh shit.
Justin, Hall of Fame.
So yeah, Spank 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 was the name of that band, and they were terrible. There's no redemption for that band at all.
Oh, gosh.
Then what was the third part of that? It's best concert. I have to say, 9 Inch Nails in Portland with Queens of the Stone Age opening for them.
Oh, cool!
And that was my first 9 Inch Nails concert. And a buddy of mine was like, we were talking, and he's like, "You like 9 Inch Nails?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You want to go see a show? I'm one of their fans, so I get really cool price. I get great prices for tickets." And I was like, "Sure." So we paid half price for floor seats.
I saw them at Lollapalooza.
So
wow, that's insane. That's cool.
Yeah. It was insane, and by about the halfway through Queens of the Stone Age, I realized that I was 36 years old, and I couldn't be in a mosh pit anymore.
I realized I was knocked out on the ground. And my knees were having a hard time getting me back up.
Well, I grabbed a person who fell and was going to get trampled, and then I was like, "I'm done. I can't stay down here anymore."
Oh, geez, yeah, no.
So, yeah, we were right at the stage too. We were right there, right in front of with security, right on the other side of the gate, or right on the other side of the barred gate, and there was the stage, and that was cool. And then we went back down for 9 Inch Nails, which was less mosh pity.
Okay.
Which sounds strange because it's 9 Inch Nails, but they have a much different crowd than Queens of the Stone Age. So,
they're older.
Yeah, older, more refined.
Since we're on the top of music, Real Rude's asking, what music genre would you disappear from the face of the earth?
Well, I'm a lot more rock and roll than I am country.
Ben. Okay. Fair enough. So you're not watching the Eras tour anytime soon?
Yeah, no thanks.
Okay.
Oh, well, hey, what's up, Ben? Well, we have our clip here. No, I'm just kidding. No. It was a good clip.
Our favorite moments of the Eras tour, Volume 1. All right. Next up, from 23 Much, your favorite villain.
Favorite villain?
I like so many.
I do. I really do.
I hear you.
if I'm gonna pull a favorite villain out of the hat, Doom is going to be definitely one. First one that comes to mind.
I like that you're a Fantastic Four fan.
I love Dr. Doom. No, I just love him all around. He's a mastermind, right?
Yeah.
Lex Luthor. I mean, not Gene Hackman Lex Luthor. He's a little too slapsticky. More Clancy Brown from the animated series, Lex Luthor. My daughter just yelled out the Kurgan. So, but I like villains who think, who plan, who almost win, because of their planning, right? It's usually some underling that thwarts them by foolishness. But I like that kind of villain. I like that because they think they're right. They believe that they're doing the right thing. They're not.
Yep.
They believe they're doing what's best for them, their community, whatever. That's a villain that has depth and is so full of character that you want to. You know what? Speaking of villain, recent villain. So my daughter and I have been watching The Bad Batch on Disney Plus. The director of Mount. Okay, thanks, Rube. My daughter, who's drawing over here next to me, right over here on her desk, is giving me stuff. But Dr. Hemlock from Bad Batch, I don't need to go into too much. He is a thinking villain, and I really like it. He's almost to the point where you almost like him, just because of his personality. You just like you almost like him. You want to like him because he's so believes what he's doing is right.
So you almost feel like you believe him. Like,
yeah.
Yep, I hear you. I can see that. Dr. Doom almost makes me feel like that.
Yeah.
Magneto makes me feel like that too sometimes, like mutants are people too, man.
And the more stronger the antagonist, or the more realistic, or the more formidable, then the better the story, I think. I mean, the more
that's
challenging
true, and it makes you believe it, so that must be really good writing. I mean, too, like if you think about it, if you're like, man, I can back this guy. Wait, am I a bad person? Like, like
right.
Shit.
It just has this there's an effect to it where you have you become affectionate to these people because you care about them, because you care about the good guys having to defeat them. But you want a good villain is someone you want to you almost want to get behind, right?
You cheer for him.
Yeah, you cheer for him in a point, and then you're like, oh, no, what am I doing?
Wait.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Let's see. From Philtastic Comics and Art, your favorite non-comic or art YouTube channels to watch.
Ooh. That's hard. I don't really follow. I hate to say this, but I don't watch a lot of YouTube art channels.
Except for Between the Lines.
Except for Between the Lines.
Well,
I actually watch a lot more
more
stuff on when it comes to so my excuse is that I've been going to school for the last 5 years, so to get a degree. And so that takes a lot of time. So a lot of my content, like if you notice, a lot of my content is short content for my channel.
Gotcha.
That's because my time is limited. And so when I take the time to watch something like Between the Lines, I'm committing to that whole thing. I want to watch the whole thing all the way through. That means other things are not getting done, right? Which is okay. It's okay. I'm making that commitment, right? It means I'm not reading comics, or I'm not drawing, or I'm not doing this thing or that thing. Sometimes I'm able to do watch long form YouTube while I'm doing this. My non-comic YouTube channels that I watch the most are actually historical channels. I like antiquity. I like anthropology. I like looking at archaeology, history, those type of things. I know it sounds weird, but a lot of art is within that stuff. And so when I think of favorite non-comic artists, I would think of Leonardo da Vinci as probably my top artist. If I could watch I would watch a YouTube channel of Leonardo da Vinci over and over again, drawing in his codex, in one of his codexes, like Codex Atlanticus or anything like that. I think what I end up doing is I end up catching people on IG and then following them on YouTube, and then when their content comes up and I can catch it, I will. So a lot of fine artists that I follow on IG are people I kind of that's where I look at what they're doing. And then how can I incorporate that into what I'm doing art wise? Because I mean, I'm not just a comic book artist. I actually do. I've done 30 by 40 canvases. I have a couple pieces that I did for people. I've done some modern. I would say I call it modern art, but I would say probably more postmodern art, where it's a mix between the original older modern art and then doing some kind of layered descriptions to it, where it's hard to describe. Like I drew a wine glass and a wine bottle for a friend, and it had 17 layers of paint on it. So things like that, and it was a 30 inch by 40 inch canvas, so really big, right? So as big as that right there.
Yes, yeah, I haven't done anything that big before.
So, and then I drew a picture from the 1930s, or painted a picture of downtown Portland from the 1930s for a friend, parents, and that was also a 30 by 40 piece of canvas. So,
Dang.
I mean, so I look at oftentimes IG is where I find a lot of my art content. I was following a channel that had models on it, where you could draw the model and they would sit for, there was a sitting, they were 30-minute sittings. I think that's what the channel was called. And so they were just models who were, well, they're models, so they're naked models, but they were for drawing, human form and figure drawing and things like that.
What channel is this now?
Naked models. I want to say it's 30. It's called 30-minute sitting, or something like that.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, it was really cool because you got live models who would sit for 30 and change. They'd change positions at 10 and then at 20 minutes. So you had 3 10-minute settings, which was cool. I did that early in college when I did not modeling but drawing. I wouldn't do any modeling. So no one wants this hairy chest out in the open.
Hey, if people got to practice drawing hair.
Yeah, it's true. Since I don't got any on top.
You got that beard though, that majestic beard there.
Well, if I was really going gung ho for the awards, the Comic Book Channel Awards, I'd probably be shooting for the beard award, but it's not. I mean, maybe it'll be a priority at the middle of the year. I don't know.
Have you braided it?
Huh?
Have you braided it before?
Oh yeah, braided all the time. In fact,
it looks like it because I could see the two.
Oh. Well, no, that's just the curls. They just do that.
Oh wow. Oh, so, okay. I thought maybe.
Yeah, we could be sitting here talking, and I didn't put any product in this morning, so it's a little crazy right now. So I would normally, on a day that I'm working at my work desk, I would probably braid it up just because it annoys me. So it's really simple, I just do your standard braid type thing.
That is wild. That is a wild.
And I was a Boy Scout, so knots are a thing and all that stuff. And
heck yeah, very cool. Yeah. I had mine down pretty far, and then I ended up cutting it. Man, I was like, oh man, I don't know. As much as I love it, I was like, you know what? I can cut it short. It'll grow back.
Yeah, I have 3 women in my house, 2 young women and my wife, and the 2 younger of my daughters would just be not happy if I cut my beard. They would kind of freak out because they really haven't ever seen me without a beard.
Wow.
So,
man, yeah, I bet you they probably would. Oh, huh? Who are you?
Who are you? Where's my dad's chin?
Yeah. Security. I need an adult.
Yeah, if I shave my beard off, I look like I'm 20.
That's one of the advantages of this kind of hair is that
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a,
I'm not quite hiding the gray, but I could if I wanted.
Yeah.
That's true.
So let's see. Cliff asks, "What was your first comic book?" And then I'm going to tag off of that. If there is a
Okay.
go-to book, a gateway book that you recommend to friends who are curious about comics, what do you recommend?
Ooh. Okay. Well, first comic book. I told this wrong the other night. It was it's actually X-Men was X-Men 219, and it's a Brian Brayfogle cover of X-Men. And it's the it's Welcome to the X-Men Havoc. Hope you survive. And that was the first. That was that one. Plus, and then right after that, I bought X Factor 14 and DP7 #1. And those were kind of all together. They were on the same spinner rack and those were the first comic books I ever bought myself. Now, I had other comic books when I was younger, but there's no real memories towards that. I mean, I think about that. There was an Iron Man issue that I think my grandmother bought me that stayed at my grandmother's house. But it wasn't my comic book, So, but these were the ones that first thing I ever bought.
Okay.
Nice.
And a gateway book?
Gateway book. Okay, yeah. So a gateway book, I would tell people pick up Radiant Black. If you want a great comic book. I think it's it captures aspects of early Amazing Spider-Man. It has angst of a kind of a 20-something angst, yet it's not there's not a lot of overt. Anybody could read it. Anybody could pick it up. Anybody could read that book. In fact, it's one of my favorite. It's a book that my daughter and I both read, and so she loves that book too. And I would say that. It depends on what you like. If you and I were talking and you told me, hey, I'm really into, let's say, horror, I might say Jonathan Williams' Dark Ride. Or if you said, hey, I'm really looking for a superhero book. Well, they just restarted Superman about 10 months ago. You should pick up the most recent Superman storyline because it's really good. Because great Lex Luthor story, great Superman story. The interaction is really interesting, and it kind of gives you an understanding of who Superman is without having to go back through the whole origin story. And I really like it.
Nice.
So those are 3 books I would highly recommend. I mean, of course, if you haven't read the new Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Black Panther, and Ultimate X-Men, I would say that would be your best bet starting anywhere, because Ultimate Spider-Man, or that whole Ultimate run by Hickman is I don't know, Fantastic Four great. If you read his Fantastic Four run, or even Secret Warriors run that he did, which was incredible. So if you haven't read Ultimate Spider-Man, all the hype, and everybody's talking about the hype about this book, it meets it. It does it. It's there. It really meets all that hype. It really does. I don't deny. I mean, no matter what, Comic Tom, West Coast Dave Vendors, any of the big names out there, all those guys who were talking about the book and everything with it, they weren't lying. It's really good. In fact, I would give, if someone said, hey, I need a new comic book, I would give them a copy of I would give them a copy of the Ultimate storyline, and then that 4-issue intro to it, and then the Ultimate Spider-Man, because I read it, my daughter read it, my other daughter read it, everybody loved it, because
they're keeping it in print. And they're keeping it in print.
Yeah, and they're keeping it in print. Yeah, I mean, I think they're on print third or fourth printing now.
Yeah,
#1. So it's awesome. It's totally worth it.
So let's see. Next,
I have not read the new Ultimate, though. I have not read that yet, but I may have to check it out.
I like it because it doesn't come with any baggage. You don't have to know anything about Spider-Man. There is no past history.
Yeah,
Clean start.
yeah, I would agree. I think that's a big part of it. And then when you
Who's the villain?
and get into the story, it really just it just sucks you in.
Who's the villain in the Ultimate Spider-Man?
They're still the same villains, but they're just the ultimate versions.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So like Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they're
there's
there
going to be
yet.
a Green Goblin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll have to check it out. There's only 3 issues right now of Ultimate Spider-Man.
At
2
most.
of Black
issues.
Panther.
Yeah.
1 of Ultimate X-Men, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I dare say at this point, well, I'm not sure. I haven't read the other 2. I'm only reading the Spider-Man. Have there been mentions of the other titles in the other titles?
Not. I mean, other than mentioning what has happened in the Ultimate title, like the Ultimate Invasion title.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And Ultimates, that's it. They aren't mentioning the other titles yet.
Not really enough time yet for that. There's still
and they're so spread apart too. I mean, the way they're doing it's like the Ultimate X-Men is completely in Japan, and it's Peach Momoko. Say that right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And but it's beautiful and it's interesting. And if you like anime, you don't have to know X-Men to enjoy it. So
yeah, I heard it's like I heard she used characters that are like not big name in the Ultimate X-Men that are like real low, like like lower tier. So people are like, well, don't know much about them, so they dig it. So
yeah, well, Armor's been around for a while. I mean, she was a main character in the all-female X book from the early 2000s.
Right.
I think Brian Woods was the writer on that one.
Okay,
and Terry Dodson did the covers, at least.
I got to ask you real quick. Did you just drink a Prime?
I did.
Are they good? I've never had one.
Oh, you know what? For being so basically it's just, it's like an electrolyte water type thing. Kind of like you would get for like Gatorade, but it's sugar free. And yeah, they're really good. They taste good, right? Lemon tastes like lemon, or lemonade. The lemonade tastes like the lemonade. Lime tastes like limeade. Blue raspberry tastes like.
Are there weird things in it?
Blue raspberry candy, because blue raspberry doesn't exist.
So doesn't Gatorade have weird things in it? and does that?
No, that's the interesting thing about it.
Okay.
It's made with I think the big difference is it's 10% coconut water as well.
Oh. Ooh, I kind of like that now. That intrigues me even more. I've never had one, and I've seen people drink it, but I've never seen ask someone that I've known drink it. So I saw you drink it. I'm like, I gotta ask him. I'm pretty sure that was a Prime.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we found a couple of flavors we all liked, and then I just didn't like paying the shelf price for one bottle. So I started looking around to see if I could find them in their 12-pack, right? And I got a really good deal on Amazon for them, so I ordered them and put them on a kind of a rotation, so we get them every 3 weeks, and so we don't usually go through them all that fast, so it's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, cut off. Go ahead. Next question. I'm sorry, Phil.
Next one comes from Dr. Von Hoot. Is that a Prime you're drinking? No, kidding. Your favorite TV detective and why?
Ooh. Did you guys see Almost Human? The show?
Yes, but I forget what it was about. I know that title. He played Dredd. He was in Lord of the Rings. He was in. I'm IMDbing it.
Not Viggo Mortensen, honey. Like one of the.
That's the guy from The Boys.
No, he's the guy who played Dr. McCoy in Star Trek as well.
Oh yeah,
Amir, Dr. McCoy. We can't think of his name.
That's your favorite. That's your favorite. DVD
I
show?
love him as a detective in that role. And
Carl
I mean,
Urban.
if I'm going to pull a detective out on TV.
It's
It's going to
Carl
be
Urban.
him.
Yeah, Carl Urban.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Carl
know him from
Urban.
The Boys.
Yes.
Yes, from The Boys. Yeah.
He's Billy the Butcher, or he's Butcher, right? He's
Yes.
Butcher. What's his name? Yeah.
But the storyline was really good, and he was hurt, and so they gave him his partner was a robot. Was one of these cyborgs, and that was the story, was him and not wanting to be working with this cyborg guy, and so that was a lot of tension there. But them hunting, I mean, I could go back and say, oh well, there was Heart to Heart that had a great detective storyline, or no, I can't say that. I was just kidding. Honestly, when I think of detectives, that's who I think of right off the bat, because I didn't really watch Columbo. And I can imagine that he was a great detective too, but or even the detectives in Major Crimes or those things. But again, that's a group of people, right? And this was individual. It was kind of futuristic, and Carl Urban played the character in such a way that made it believable. So I liked it.
Sorry,
I just went down his.
I had to grab my pencil. I forgot my pencil over on the other side of the table.
He's
I
got
my
quite a
colored
little.
pencil, my regular pencil. All right. I think we have Vogs as one of the last questions coming up, but I think it's we'll give everyone about 5 more minutes to ask any more questions, and then we will go from there.
All right.
So I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Again, Travis, thank you so much for being here, brother. Appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely.
So Vog asked this twice. I'm not exactly sure what he's in reference to. So maybe maybe you know the Spider-Man reference. His question is, what's your favorite comic meme? The Batman slap or Spider-Man 3? Do you know what the Spider-Man 3 would be?
When they're all
the
pointing at
dancing
each other.
meme?
Pointing. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
the pointing where they're all pointing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that Spider-Man. You know what? I'm gonna have to say, I'd go back to the pointing meme. And here's the reason. Here's the reason why it has become more of my favorite. Is so like I was talking about that group chat that I'm a part of. There's a couple guys who have both the same first name, and their channel names both are CC. So if you want to follow them, Colossus Collector and Casually Collecting,
Yep.
both their names are Ryan. And so my daughter saw that, and she's like, they're both CC, and they're both named Ryan. And so she sent a meme of the Spider-Man pointing at one another with their logos on the heads of the Spider-Man. And so it was, I loved it. It was funny. And so it's one of those ones that I kind of stuck out to me. Oh, and she's now showing it. Was that what it was? Oh, okay. It wasn't. We'll see if we can see that on the screen there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't there, but it's just that right there.
I love that.
So-
That's one of my favorites. I actually have that Funko Pop of them pointing at each other. That's one of the. I have that. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's excellent.
Evidently, I've just.
Like I said, if anyone else wants to throw in a question here, I actually want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Because I don't really get to ask too many questions, so I'm going to ask you here. Travis, if there was an action figure made of you, what would be what you're wearing, a costume or whatever you want to wear, and what would be your one accessory that came with the action figure?
Action figure of me. What would be my one accessory? Well, as I look around the room in here and think about stuff, I would probably be a Star Wars action figure.
Oh.
And I'm gonna have to say my one accessory is not going to be the Mandalorian helmet that I have sitting right there. Although that is nice, but I wouldn't be that clan, and you know that.
So you dressed as a Jedi, or you dressed as a Sith Lord?
I would actually be probably. I always kind of saw myself as a Jedi.
Okay.
I mean, and there's a lot more story to that too. I mean, one of the
Until
very
you come to the dark side. No.
yeah, when I was 4 years old, Star Wars came out, and my family went and saw it. We went and saw it 6 times over the period of time from the opening time beyond. No, I'm not going to have a lightsaber. Well, yeah, I guess I would have a lightsaber. There we go. So then I have a lightsaber.
Oh, there it is.
Right in there.
Oh, there you go.
That's so funny. Where did you get this?
I ran next door to the neighbors.
No, she brought it out of her room, I guess. It on the screen, it looks great. You should look at it real quick here. It's awesome.
Oh man!
If I'm making the noises,
Ewan McGregor did too.
it's like so did yeah. Yeah, no, I would definitely be I'd probably be a Jedi, and I'd be in robes, Jedi robes. Yeah, that would be my action figure. Most
Quick
definitely.
shout out to folks in the audience. If you've got art submissions, now's the time to start wrapping them up and get them submitted. Got a few more questions left in our queue as well. This next one comes from Real Rude. Any comic book character counts. Marry, date, kill.
Ooh. Marry. I would say marry Jean Grey. Date Black Cat. Kill Baroness.
Oh,
Okay. This one should just be really simple. From 23 Much. Which came first, chicken or the egg?
Oh, that's an interesting question, but I always feel like the chicken had to come first in that situation.
Okay.
I've always been more of a chicken fan. Because without the chicken, you don't have anywhere from the egg to come from.
I love
Okay.
chicken,
He doesn't like eggs, though.
but I hate eggs.
Oh well,
I love chicken, but hate
I
eggs.
love eggs. I would eat them every day if I
Yeah, I would too.
I pretty much eat them every day. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
know everyone would, but not this guy. Me or my other co-host, TM Nerdy, would be right with me there, saying no eggs.
Okay, from Dr. Von Hoot. In the biographical movie of your life, which pro wrestler would play you?
Which
Ooh.
pro wrestler would play me?
Rap.
In my biographic, like that's going to be Roddy Piper.
Ooh,
Very
interesting
cool.
choice. I really like
Yeah.
how they live.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Northwesterner, so that he came from the Portland wrestling scene, and he lived in Hillsboro, Oregon, which is just south of Portland.
And then, I guess, unless we get something at the very last minute, our last question comes from Real Rude. Do you have a favorite Pokemon?
Do I have a favorite Pokemon?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would have to say
Say Pikachu.
I was just told not to say Pikachu. I'd actually say Charizard.
Even more basic.
I know, really basic.
You That's it. Pokemon is Charizard.
Wow.
So now you're gonna have my children in the background yelling.
I was gonna say we found a volatile question.
A volatile question for my household. Yes.
I'm listening to Pokemon.
I mean, Snorlax is always fun, but
I love Snorlax is my favorite.
Vlogs coming in. Is there an actor that looks like you that you would want to play you in a movie?
It looks like me.
Or maybe he's asking two questions. Who would play you in a movie? Well,
all right. So
they've
who
got
would
it
play
on
with
screen,
me?
so.
Play me in a movie? Well, I would say it would have to be Ewan McGregor. He'd have to put on some weight, wear the fat suit, I think, but and then shave his head. But yeah, we kind of have a similar uptick on our long and uptick on our nose. So I kind of think that. I think I just want him to play me in a movie just because that would be funny.
Fair enough.
So yeah, and I would say that out of favorite actors, it's one of those things where it really depends on the role, but I have to go back to I really enjoy Harrison Ford from earlier in his career, like when he was maybe during the Star Wars stuff, but I really liked him as when he played in the
Indiana Jones?
well, yeah, Indiana Jones is probably my favorite role, but that's still Han Solo kind of. I was thinking more of the roles when he was playing in the Tom Clancy movies, Patriot Games, and that one. I think those kind of speak to a different a different era for him as an actor. He's he's a little bit older, and yet he felt refined in those roles, and I felt like those really kind of started defining him as an actor rather than just Han Solo.
All right. 2 questions left. And they've already been submitted. So, first one from Phil Tastic. Indiana Jones, Goonies, or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Okay.
Nice.
And last question for the evening comes from Cali Comics. Welcome aboard, sir.
Hey,
Your
Callie.
favorite historical figure? Maybe
Yeah.
you mentioned him earlier.
I'm sorry. I'm glad that he came in with that. I love that question.
All right. So, favorite historical figure is going to be, well, it depends on what era of history, but let's just go with the American Revolution, and I'll go with John Adams.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
interesting.
Nice. All right. Excellent. Well, Callie, thank you so much. I appreciate you getting here and asking your question and getting that in before we do one of my favorite segments coming up here. But I just want to let everybody know before that, if you're doing an at-home edition, please do yourself a favor. Send it over to my man Phil at Phil's Treehouse and over on Instagram, and then we will show them. But get them over there as quick as you can here in the next couple minutes. Because my favorite segment and a lot of other people's favorite segments coming up, and I think I know. Do you hear that, Phil?
I thought I heard something, but I wondered if it was my neighbors, but maybe it's not. You hear it too?
Yeah, I think I hear. Travis, do you hear that? Yes. Awesome. All right, Travis, are you ready for this or that?
Yes.
All right, that was the first question. You nailed it. You're off to a good start.
Good answer.
All right, here we go. Waffles or pancakes?
Ooh. Waffles.
Hoodie or a jacket?
Ooh. Hoodie.
Toilet paper, over or under?
Over. Who would go under?
Hey,
Can I interject?
you'd
Isn't
be
it really the
surprised.
same?
See,
top.
there you go. There's a psycho like
The
Phil.
top
right there.
is still the top.
Yeah.
All right. When making a peanut butter and jelly, what's your go-to jelly? Strawberry or grape?
Oh, strawberry.
Um, Chinese food or Italian food?
Ooh, Italian.
I know that one's tough, right? For a long trip, are you the driver or the passenger?
Oh, driver by far, driver.
Lazy boy recliner or outdoor hammock?
Hammock.
Nice. Muffins or donuts?
Oh, muffins.
Oh, wow. Who would you rather be a villain against? X-Men or the X-Force?
Ooh, X-Men.
Okay.
X-Force is a little too killy, stabby for me.
Better at ping pong or beer pong?
Oh, ping pong. I suck at
Um,
beer pong. That's why I don't play.
Would you rather go fishing or stay home and play video games?
Oh. That's a tough one. I'm probably going to go with fishing because I like to fish, but I haven't fished in a long time.
Nice. Beer or wine?
Beer.
Okay. Truck or SUV?
Truck.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Okay. Ninjas or pirates?
Can't be Ninja Pirates.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Hey,
There's a first. You're in our Hall of Fame now.
you need to draw that now. Card games or board games?
Oh. I'm going to say board games, but most of the board games I like have card games within the board games.
Like Trivial Pursuit?
Oh no, like Dune Imperium or things like the Brandon Sanderson game about the Reckoners.
Okay.
They're a little bit bigger games.
Okay. You rather sit down for a good movie or a good TV series?
Oh, you know what? Movie. I want a good movie.
Okay.
Good
Silver
TV
or
series
gold?
seem to be coming around more. So, yeah,
Okay.
good movie.
Did you see Godzilla -1?
Not yet. Was it
Highly
good?
recommend.
Okay.
Highly recommend. Okay, silver or gold?
Gold.
If you could get together with the community, would you rather have a snowball fight or a water balloon fight?
Oh, water and balloon fight every day.
Okay. When you're ordering wings, mild, medium, or hot and spicy?
Hot and spicy.
Pinball or skee ball?
Pinball.
Okay. Would you rather be hairy like Beast or made out of rocks like Thing?
Oh, hairy like beast.
Mountains or ocean?
Ooh, ocean.
Milkshakes or smoothies?
Ooh. Well, I would have to say.
Milkshake smoothies. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I can only pull that once, right? I mean,
While you drink them with your ninja pirates. That's
with my
There we
Ninja
go.
Pirates, yes.
me and my ninja pirate friends get together and we have milkshake smoothies every Thursday. So
So the difference really is that there's no ice cream in a smoothie, right?
Right. Well, there is
I mean,
sometimes.
it's funny because sometimes I think there is, but I think it's yogurt. I
Yeah,
think
that's what I usually
more
do.
people use yogurt.
Yeah, it really depends on It depends on
Depends
who's
on the
making
place.
it. But
Yeah, I hear you. So, and whoever's making it.
yeah, it really does depend on that, I
Yeah,
suppose.
I hear you. Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about it. Like Five Guys has incredible milkshakes.
Hmm. I don't have.
For a newer company, which is more national, right? But there's a local place, a local burger joint here that has milkshakes that are to die for. And
They
Really?
have to come.
It's in the middle of a city called Washougal, and it's so small that it's called Jet Burger, and it's not a chain, not everything like that, but they make amazing milkshakes.
Do they come in a metal cup?
When they're making them,
Whatever's
yeah,
left.
but when you
Okay.
when you get them, they come in,
All right.
the paper cup for the taken away with you, because usually, I usually take it home.
Is this an AI prompt?
Vogs.
Vogs. This feels like it would be at home on Saturday night.
Right. All right, Travis. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
I'm an early bird.
Okay. Cake or pie?
Ooh, pie, absolutely pie, every time.
Yeah, I hear you. Me too. Water park or amusement park?
Let's say water park,
Okay.
because usually that's warm, and the same place you'd go for an amusement park is going to be warm too. So
And
I
water
guess you
balloon
want to cool
fights.
off.
yeah,
Would you rather be a henchman for Two-Face or for Kingpin?
Kingpin. I think because there's at least a dental plan.
Tattoos, yes or no?
I have one, so I'd say yes.
Okay. I like this one. You see what people say: beach or pool?
Oh, beach or pool? Oh. They both have their benefits. I'm going to say beach, just because I like being outdoors, and the outdoors is nice and fun and enjoyable.
Because Travis only goes he only swims in indoor pool. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, here you go. This one's for the community. Hot dogs or hamburgers?
Hot dogs or hamburgers? I'm going to say hamburgers.
Oh
and
no!
and go one step further. Smash burgers.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I make my own, and I think they're delicious.
I don't know what that is.
Nice. What?
So
You know
basically, you
smash
take
burger?
a patty. You take some ground beef, like you're gonna make a patty, right? So what I do is I take it and I make it I season it, and then I roll it up into a ball, and then I put it on my hot cast iron skillet, and I take my little cast iron smasher, and I go and I smash it down. And as it's being smashed down, the fats start to come out, but because it's so hot, it gets thin, it kind of
Crisps.
crisps, and so you get this nice crispy edge all around it and on the
I like
surface
that.
and everything.
Okay.
And then it's nice and juicy on the inside. And then you throw, for me, now not everybody in my household likes this, but for me, throw a slice of American cheese on it, a couple strips of bacon, put it on a bun, and find some good. If you have a good fry sauce, put some fry sauce on it, and voila, great burger.
You realize that American and cheese they can't follow each other. There's no such. That's not cheese.
American cheese is that stuff that they made during World War II that still lives on, right?
Yes. It's from World War II. It still survives.
But
Yes,
for some reason,
Kraft
let me tell you, freaking American cheese is a go-to on a burger for me. As much as I don't like, I'm not a big fan of American cheese, but
the burger is.
I have a burger, has to be white American cheese. I don't get it. I don't understand, but there's just something about it. I mean, I like other cheeses. I love every cheese, but that, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, here we go. Next one. Halloween or Christmas?
Halloween.
Nice. Steak or lobster?
Steak. Absolutely steak. I mean, I like lobster, but not if I can have a steak.
That's my favorite. Would you rather be able to speak with all animals or any human language on Earth?
Any human language on Earth. That
Nice.
that would be so much more useful in my mind's eye. Animals are animals.
Jenny Frison or Rose Besh?
Jenny Frison.
Vacation or staycation?
Ooh. Vacation.
What's your go-to, air guitar or air drums?
I would say air
Ukulele.
drums.
No, just kidding.
Well, I mean, there's a part of me that would say air band, because you're thinking of all the different parts, and it'd probably be air bass, actually. Now that I think about it, because I used to play bass, so it'd be air bass, and it'd be
Phil does the air cowbell. You should see Phil. He does air
Yes.
cowbell all the time.
See, look at that. Isn't that great? You can just
Oh yeah, we just need more of that, Phil. Can you give us some more cowbell, please? More. And if the chat wonders why I'm looking over this way all the time, going that way all the time, because my screen for where they are is over here. So yeah, that's why.
Boggs does the air
electric triangle. Yeah, takes some practice.
Would you rather be able to remember everything you see or everything you hear?
Everything I hear.
Okay. I'll save that one for last. I like saving that one for last. Pizza or ice cream?
I'm gonna say pizza, because I'm like a kind of a pizza snob, and ice cream, I'll eat whatever ice cream you throw in front of me. So it's gonna have to say pizza, because I'm a pizza snob. You can ask anyone. Everyone will tell you I'm a pizza snob.
Okay. Deep sea diving or skydiving?
Oh, deep sea diving. The
Nice.
interest of that of what's underneath below the ocean. Yeah, definitely deep sea diving.
Ice cream pizza. Oh gosh.
Well, then I wouldn't have to decide, right? It would be perfect.
Oh geez, the Vogs, you crazy, bro.
I wonder what he's having.
Rock climbing or bungee jumping?
Rock climbing.
Order in or eat out?
You know what? A good takeout, a good takeaway, is so good sometimes. Coming home, being able to just chill out in your PJs and have that meal. I think order out, or order out.
Nice. All right, here's the last one. I love asking this one to people. Would you rather have your fingers as long as your legs, or your legs as long as your fingers?
Fingers as long as my legs.
Okay.
Now, hear me out on this one. I mean, you think about it, right? So my arms are still going to be the same proportion, and my legs are going to be still the same proportion. So I can still walk and move. Having fingers that are that long, if they're strong, I could pick things up across the room, and I wouldn't have to get up.
There you go.
I could draw. I could paint the wall from where I'm sitting.
There you go. That's true. Yeah, we've had some people say some wild stuff, and but that one sounds very. I like that one. That's a little more realistic than what or some other people have said. So, but that was excellent. Thank you so much, brother. I truly appreciate it. And that was another installment of my favorite thing. And that is
That's awesome. I love that.
heck yeah. Appreciate you, Travis. Thank you so much. So Phil, have you gotten in? Did you get any at-home editions?
Yes. Yes, I have at-home editions.
Excellent.
We got a total of 4.
Hey, excellent. Okay, cool. Hey, that's awesome. I'd hate 4 over 0 any day.
Let me.
Well, I have to say, I got sucked into our conversation a couple times, and I got a little bit further behind than I expected myself to be.
It's all good, brother. I understand. It happens a lot on the show. You get so into the questions sometimes, and yeah, it happens.
Oh yeah, no, it's totally fine.
That's the reason why I was telling you. I usually tell people, like, if they want to, start ahead of time a little bit too, and so because I don't like letting people, or having people feel rushed on the show. But I rush at people at home. No,
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, no. The people at home, they have to be rushing. I mean, that's important.
I rushed. Yeah, appreciate you, Philtastic. I saw. I didn't get to see it, but I saw that you sent it to us. I think Phil got it.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Are we ready?
I am pumped. Yeah, I love the at-home editions, man.
Whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do either. Let me do that. And then I will share this. So 4 submissions, and you're seeing them in alphabetical order based on their IG name. And let me find the right button. Here we go. This.
Oh, yeah.
This is from 23 Much.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
Let's see if I can do this.
I love he has a hammer. I love that. That's so great. Oh, 23 watch. That's great, brother. Oh, I love it. Awesome. Chris Hemsworth Thor. I'm guessing is Chris Thor. Chris Hemsworth Thor. Nice. Love it. 23 Monch. That's excellent.
Next up. This comes from
Manny.
Oh, shoot. Manny. Yep.
Manny the Hobgoblin. Oh yeah. I had a feeling he was gonna do a goblin. I love it.
Here.
Oh, I love it. That's great. Hobgoblin smacking Spidey. That's excellent. I love he's got the bomb in the hand too. Did you see that in the other hand? He has the bomb.
Oh,
in his
yeah,
hand.
right over here.
Pumpkin bomb. That's dope.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Excellent.
All right. Coming up next. This is from Philtastic.
Oh my gosh, Phil. Look at that with the mental
the mental slap.
that is
fantastic.
Man, right. That's great. That's creative, man.
That's
like
fantastic. That looks great.
Hell no. Oh, that's excellent. Oh, Philtastic, you great. Appreciate you. You guys are awesome. All you guys are so awesome. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Oh man, these are great.
And then last, but by no means least,
Stepford
Wolf Comics.
Yes, I love it.
Oh, sweet. That's great.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Stepford Wolf. I appreciate you drawing. This is great. Oh yeah, Vogs, I saw you, brother. Yeah, I did. Yeah, a lot of people say that. I love this though. This is excellent. This is great. This is hilarious. I like to see his gun is getting hit out of his hand too.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, shit.
That's good. Oh, that was good.
That was great though. You guys are excellent. Can you go through them one more time, Phil?
Yeah. Let's see. I'll back up from here. Philtastic.
Again, Phil, beautiful, excellent.
Are you
So
about
great,
ready, honey?
Smart. The Hobgoblin Manny.
Manny.
I already knew. I had a feeling Manny was doing a goblin. Ain't no doubt. I love it. These are all great.
And Munch.
And 23 months. I love it. Excellent. I love the hammer too. That's so funny. The
Like
little
the colors.
details, those little things, you know.
Yeah.
It's just they're so great. Oh,
Get
excellent.
a little Batman in with the Marvel.
Such a great job. Awesome.
Yeah, bravo. Bravo.
Thank you all. Appreciate you guys so much. You know, I love seeing the at-home editions. Again, if you want to, or if you didn't get a chance to submit yours in, and you still want to do one, please send it in. You can send it to Phil, or if you want to, send it to me, and then we could, like, I know Travis used to make a collage and put them on Instagram. So if you want to, send them over to me. If like I said, if you didn't have enough time to finish it by tonight. But thank you so much again. Truly appreciate everyone at the at homes. But again, send it to me, and maybe I'll put together, or you know what, if you do send it to me, I'll put together a little collage, and we'll go from there. But I appreciate everyone. Thank you all so much. Everyone who's here right now on the live, anyone that's watching a rewind, you're all amazing. Travis, thank you so much for being here, brother. I appreciate you. Phil,
do you want to see what I've done so far?
Oh yeah, well yeah, we're gonna get to that. Yeah, I just want to, but
Yeah.
but you get to choose. But Phil, thank you so much for co-hosting. Appreciate you, bro. You're awesome. But Travis, I wanted to say you get to choose. Do you want to show your artwork first, or do you want me to show mine?
Oh, why don't you go first, and it'll give me a moment to add a little bit more color to what I'm working on here.
Absolutely. And then you also said you have your daughters too, right?
Yes, and I will show my daughters as well.
Awesome. Excellent.
And we'll get both of ours over to you once we've completed them.
All right, here we go. So I did two characters that I absolutely love. I have a picture of them hiding behind this thing here that I had commissioned. So if you could see from there, I did my man, Mermaid Man, and Barnacle Boy, and he is
nice.
slapping. He's slapping.
That is great, man. That is awesome.
Saying, no, this book is evil.
So how did you choose Mom to put that on?
Because this book is evil. No, no.
Come here.
It was blue and kind of had like that water, maybe, like I guess, I don't know. But all the other books I have, like all the other covers I have, nothing kind of really fit. So then I was like, I was not a big fan of this book. Sorry to whoever is a big fan of this book. I was not that big a fan of this book. So that's why I decided to make it a meme and say, no, this book is evil. So
that is awesome. I love it.
So let me, here we go. Here we go. So, and there's Barnacle Boy. I mean, his little hat, I was trying my best with that. And, but yeah, these little arms. He has little skinny old arms too. But yeah, I love Mermaid Man. He reminds me of my pop-up, my grandfather who passed, Ernest Borgnine, who does the voice. Again, reminds me of my grandfather. So I think that's why I relate to him so well. But again, yeah, here's my Mermaid Man slapping Barnacle Boy.
Bravo.
That is awesome. That is excellent. I love it.
Thank you. Appreciate everyone. Yeah. So again, I wanted my dad. He is here. Shout out to Papa Rosko. He's here visiting me, and he was like, "Why don't you do Mermaid Man?" And I was like, "You know what? I've been wanting to do something with them too." So it just fit perfectly tonight. So again, thank you everyone. Appreciate you. Thank you for everyone saying all your good intentions. I love that. And amazing. Thank you guys. You're awesome. Appreciate you. You're the reason why I do it. So, but yeah, Travis, my man.
All right. Changing the camera angle. And did I loosen it? I must have gone the wrong way. Hang on. Nope, that's the right way. Oh, we're going to go all the way over. Flip around.
Getting motion sick.
Sorry. So I'm working on a Punisher slapping Captain America.
Love it.
Oh, that's great. Excellent.
I love both these characters. And it was just like, as we were sitting there talking about it, I was thinking about characters that I'd want to draw and what I wanted to do and how I wanted to portray it. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to put a watercolor base on this one and work out of that. And so I started playing with it, and I got a good solid everything for it, so I can kind of build on it, and I'll actually probably use colored pencil to finish it up after I'm done. But
That is cool. I have
and then
never.
some Posca pins to add some white and highlights and things like that. And so
That is such a wicked tool.
yeah, isn't this amazing? It's just, the water's in there, right? And I mean, if I wanted to, I could squeeze out a little bit more water if I need to clean it up a little bit, or broaden it, or broaden the color out a little bit more. It's
Right.
really great. It's so easy, and it's it doesn't look like it's a lot of water, but it's a lot of water. So it's really cool in that sense. So and let's
cool.
you know what? Let me do this. I think we'll turn on the light here, and maybe this will be too bright. It's too bright. Sorry.
No, you're good. No, you're fine.
So yeah, I mean,
cool. Yeah.
so
man.
yeah, I'm going to do the red background, and I'll probably put a word bubble in here of kind of going like, "You wouldn't let me fight in Civil War. Now where are you at?" The whole thing with the X-Men that's going on with the X universe is kind of a Captain America's kind of in the middle of the whole thing. So yeah, I used pencil. I was using 2H lead to do the pencil work. If anybody wanted to know what kind of lead, and I use graphite gear. Occasionally, I'll switch over and use these type of pencils depending on what I'm doing. I always use General's pencils or Kimberly's pencils, and then colored pencils. I love Prismacolor. They're great. They're the best. And then if I'm inking something, which I might add some ink lines in here. If I'm not brush inking, I use micron pens and stuff like that. But oftentimes I'm going to be using this brush right here, my 2.6 or 2/0 pen brush to ink, put in lines and stuff like that. So yeah,
Fantastic. America's ass, my ass. That's great. Vogs, I'll let you know. I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't know if I'll be giving it away, but I'll keep you in mind, brother.
And I did this one just on regular Bristol tonight. I didn't do it on a comic book cover. I actually got a Punisher blank in today.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna probably use it for. I have a friend who really likes Punisher, and I want to do a kind of a surprise gimme to him to kind of like, hey, here you go, bud. Thanks for all the cool stuff for hanging out and being cool. So.
Well, guess what? It's not a surprise because he's backstage. No, I'm just kidding. No. That's excellent, brother. What about your daughters? Do you have your daughters there?
Ruby, can I see yours now? Can we put it on there? Come on. Are you ready? All right. Here's hers.
Oh,
It is Captain Rex. What's the bad guy's name?
General Ponkrell.
General Ponkrell. You're making a mistake by crossing me, clone, and it's Captain, sir, and so it's Captain Rex slapping Ponkrell from the.
That's excellent. That's great.
I love her Captain Rex. It's a great Captain Rex.
Yeah, no, that's
how you have the slap is just like so animated there, honey. That's so great.
I used the comic cover for a reference.
That's cool.
Oh,
Awesome.
That's
Sweet.
excellent. Awesome. Appreciate you. Thank you. You said her name is. You said I'm sorry, Ruby.
Yes, it's Ruby.
Ruby, thank you so much. We appreciate you doing that.
He's saying thank you, Ruby, and appreciating you doing it, and appreciating you sharing too.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Travis, again, thank you so much. We can't thank you enough for being a guest tonight. I know for a fact that we'll have you on again in a later episode, because I know Travis will definitely want to, have you on when he's back. So we'll be talking. I know that. But you are an awesome guest. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
If you want to, we're just going to give you the floor real quick. If you want to if you want to promote anything that's going on, any shows, anything you got coming up, let the people know.
Sure. You know what? Let me. You know what I'm going to be doing? I've got upcoming for me. I'm going to be doing. Well, honestly, the big show that's going to happen is on April 14th. I'm going to be doing a live stream. We're going to be selling some comics. We're raising some money to go to Terrificon this year and go and meet people and meet with other YouTubers and have a blast and just kind of get to know people. So come on and support that. And then I'm also this week I'm going to be doing a couple live streams. These guys, these are never planned. So just so you know, just if you see me pop up on live on YouTube, it's because I'm jumping on and I'm going to do some artwork. I'm probably going to be working on. I have an X-Men cover that I'm doing for a friend, and it's Nightcrawler. I've got the sketch done, so it's going to be ready. I'm going to be moving towards the color phase of it. So if you've seen any of my other videos, my most recent one was the Spider-Man I did, and that one that was a blast. Honestly, that was amazingly fun to do. And those sketch covers take me about 4 hours per sketch cover to do full color like that. So I got to get my time down, but I'm going to be practicing with that. But you're all anyways always welcome on my live streams. Always welcome to come on and check that out. And I might even start using StreamYard, and so people even can jump on and just talk and be a part of it. So check it out. And of course, Wednesday I will have. Wednesday early morning, there will be a new comic book rollout. I kick out the new comics I bought from the comic shop that I sometimes work at. Check out the other new comic content that I put out during the week. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So
Excellent. Awesome, brother. Well, thank you so much again. I truly appreciate you.
Mhm.
Phil, thank you so much for being an awesome co-host, filling in for our man TM Nerdy. Thank you so much.
Had a great time.
Do you have anything coming up?
Well, not right away, but I can announce that my live stream will resume in its regular time spot the first Sunday in January, February, March, April, which is April 7th. So I will return for a weekly show. Yes, I come on at 4 p.m. Eastern. I will lead. I'm doing a series called The Sunday Sort, leading right into Durz's Sunday Sesh.
Nice. Excellent.
Stay tuned.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, I just want to let everyone know that both of these amazing people I have here on my panel tonight, their links, their Instagram and their YouTube. I was about to say Facebook. Their YouTube are links down below in the description. So please do yourself a favor. Follow these two amazing people here. My man Travis from Comics Limited and my man Phil with his new grill over at Phil's Treehouse. I can't thank you all enough. You've been truly amazing. Again, I know Travis, actually, you know what, you said this earlier, but if you want to be a guest on Between the Lines, you talk to us. We're more than happy to have you on. I mean, we reach out to who we can, but if for some reason, if we haven't reached out to you, please contact me. Contact Phil for right now for the time being, or Travis, but contact me, let me know, and we can talk and I can get you on. So I want to say thank you so much again to this amazing chat. You guys were amazing tonight. The people that are watching the rewind, truly appreciate you all. And I'm gonna go out with we're gonna go out with this guy here. So again, everyone, have an amazing night. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And here, take some advice from this guy.
Hey, if anybody hasn't told you today, I just want to stop by and say you're looking pretty freaking awesome. Because you are pretty freaking awesome. So have yourself a pretty freaking awesome day. Okay. That's it.